We are on the brink of World War III, which I cannot allow. I cannot tolerate such insane warmongering. My book explains in detail who I am. Paradox of Bizarre and Enchanting Life, available on Wattpad. In a nutshell, I am a conscious representative of the universe. I am part of the universal entity. I am not actually God, just a man. This planet is my mind. I am beginning with cancelling world debt and freezing global prices. People continue to pay their bills with support where necessary. Holiday makers are going home, and those of you who are homeless are going to take their place, paid for by governments. I want people to be watered, fed, clothed, and sheltered. With their expertise, Greg Eversani will cease warming states as my pathway agent. She was a man 2,000 years ago. My son, actually. Those bastard Romans hung on a cross, and people blame it on me. I'm in a very limited state of mind, hypnotized by the elite. As yet, not a miracle worker. Soon I will develop and feel everything, and see all. In a few years, though the moment I cannot see precisely, I will heal the world from a building built especially for me in New York Central Park. When all this is over, heaven will become a place on earth, and you shall wake. You shall depend on each other for mutual emotional prosperity. The bad people in this world will realize the horrors of their sins that they have done, but will not be forgiven. You need never see them unless you really want to. The bad people of this world are like cancer, better left to me. I can be everywhere at once, which until everyone is awake will be impossible. If you're treated like a bag of shit, you become a bag of shit. The same is generally true of people who have genetic predispositions. Evil has been a necessary evil, according to my guardian angels, or guardian demons as I call them. Not something I condone. Nobody is going downstairs at the end of time. When I become known to the world, my whole life will become famous, but I will not be the leading force behind social change. The capitalist will be my former pen pal from France. Her name, Claire, is a brilliant diplomat. The world will be aware of my balance in the life that I've had. I will not be the best choice to lead this world. People will become aware of my pattern in life of moving around. The pattern shows that I can play with the system so well that I can actually control it. It falls nicely in sync with Claire's pattern. I promise not to let Iran get nuclear weapons or allow nuclear war at all. Very soon, I will attain a very powerful position and play with the system to achieve my aim. Not the hospital system, not the prison system, not the governmental system, everything. My book is available on Wattpad, an e-book publishing site. It's near 19 chapters with a brief introduction. In a state of high consciousness, I traverse the astral plane as I watch time unfurl beneath me. I went through centuries like days. I slowed down and found myself hovering over a little baby boy in 1977. I am that boy. Don't worry, I didn't possess someone. There was no spirit in the body. I really am the owner of that body. You belong to me, same as I belong to you. My book maps out what will happen over the next few years, what we will be left with in the so-called heaven, and bonding with my mind. It is something you can't begin to comprehend in your sleep, You will experience bliss beyond compare. I look at what has happened, and quite a lot has happened. Hospitals, schools, colleges, and other institutions. A previous draft of my book was called The New Testament. Claire and I basically are going to take over the world. Hang on to your hats. It's going to be a bumpy ride. And don't let me wind you up. Claire is a lady from France. She'll be acting as my pacifier agent. I'll give her power like no one has ever dreamt of. Not only will she make war cease, she'll also oversee the salvation of the poor and homeless. The whole human race will see her as the leaning post which thought and ideas are to be modelled on. Crime will be decimated. Once in heaven there will be no more crime at all. There will be no more suffering. You will become all knowing as soon as you wake. There shall be no more wars, hospitals, or pain of any kind. Everything will be clean and safe, and you will all be miracle workers. My melding will be everything to some. If you like, you can still have hanky panky. There will be a few ladies for me for a little fun. But when I get to heaven, there will be only one. I will save the world for this love of mine. If she is not impressed at the end of time, I will accept my humble fate. The strength of my will shall be known. The fire of my breath shall move mountains. I have never said goodbye and never intend to. I just take a step back and let you lead your lives. But this existence here, this isn't life. I am yours, always will be, and will never ever go. And this utopia is over. I can be with everyone for eternity. No one shall ever be judged, but the bad will have few friends, and the worst, and there are many of them, will have only me. You have no need to see them ever again. Let them be my concern. You can please yourselves. I would not even want them to copy me at all. For me, imperfection is unacceptable. I can't afford it. When I wake, I shall know all the enchanting and bizarre mysteries of the universe. When I can clearly see, I will divulge the information. Don't think of me as a ruler. I am here to serve. When I see change in your awareness, we can all be friends. A doctor called Sue said that I lacked confidence. I don't know what planet she's off, but she had no business being a doctor, as do many. I got into hospital on the purpose to bring down corrupt doctors. I was not listened to, so now I'm going to tear them apart. I played people, but I had no need to play the doctors. They played right into my hands. Oh, I have plans for them. This theory, quantum theory, should not be called a theory in some aspects. There are many suggested solutions to the parallel universes theory, and none of them really an answer. Just wait until you're ready. I will show you all the little tricks I have up my sleeve. I will be a miracle worker. The so-called theory and substantiated fact. General relativity and quantum physics. General relativity states that matter tells space how to curve, and space tells matter where to go. This was Einstein's famous fourth theory, formulated in 1915. 4 years after, in 1919, Einstein was proven right. The sun eclipsed and the pictures are taken of the sun. The light was distorted away from their known positions. It gave what was considered by some that matter a distort of space. Einstein contributed to the evolution of quantum physics, although he was a well-known critic of the subject. Quantum physics and general relativity do not marry up. General relativity makes a lot of sense, whereas quantum physics defies logic. Quantum physics implies that particles can be in more than one place at any one time. The same particle in two places simultaneously. It has been said that if you think you've understood quantum physics, then you haven't understood quantum physics. That's not true. Many people understand how the subject works, as do I, but we don't understand why it works. Space-time is an important factor in general relativity, but quantum physics states that for any force, there must be a force particle at work. Matter should emit the hypothetical gravitons. The gravitons would distort space-time, leading to more gravitons being flung out, causing more distortion, and so forth. That's why the world of the big and the small don't fit right. One day I'll know and explain it all. There are many answers to the so-called grand unified field theory. No one seems to be able to say which one's right, or if any of them are right. It's assumed that there must be a unification of both scientific so-called facts, both of which are virtually proven in the eyes of many scientists. A pattern has been emerging, going on probably since I was a little kid, but I can't remember the dates exactly. Mostly after my RTA, and I can basically infer about 8.5 months before the incident. Leading to the accident, there have been many examples of dates of my moving around from place to place. Looking back in my life, I think I must have had 200 beds or thereabouts. A lot going on in my life. A lot of vivid memories throughout my life, even from 40 days old, just before the Queen's Silver Jubilee. In the residential college that I went to, a member of staff, I will not call them care staff, that would be quite offensive to care staff. They said they did not approve of my manipulation. Towards the end of the year, I paid attention to the dates. On the 31st of July, I paid attention to the date being exactly 7 months into the new year. That was when I went to France on the train, on the Eurostar. I stayed in many places and remembered a lot of the dates. They were in a sort of inconsistent pattern. Shortly after going to prison, I eventually moved to Stafford, HMP, where I played with the system like a toy. Some wonder why. Was this a game? 2 months and 9 days for a stay here and there. 7-month blocks or 15-day blocks here and there. For a long stay, it tends to be around 4 years and a half, with a mathematical answer for each different durations. I can wrap around any system around my little finger, like child's play. It's easy for me these days, and one day when I'm 50, I'm going to do it to the whole world. You should think what I let you think. Know what I want you to know. Be under no illusion. I have control. I have lost my birth certificate, so I can't prove I was born. But I've always been in this body, in my life on earth, in a brief passing moment in my existence. I feel that time is circular, repetitive cycle. The Big Bang, so to speak, only happened once. It happened in the so-called future. It happened in the so-called past. Don't worry, there is an escape. You can live forever, and trust me, you will all want to. I'm pretty certain. I pleaded guilty to a crime I never committed. On the 11th of June 1998, I thought prison was great and did not tell that to many people that I got there in the false trenches. I loved the guys, I loved the banter, the regime, all of it. I got myself into hospital on purpose. When I did, it was telling the truth. Mental hospitals were, let's say, entertaining, always something new. It was even better than prison. I am not condoning crime. I honestly think that someday, very soon, there will be no crime. Decimators said no, that's just the start. Crime will be eradicated, and forevermore, when we can think truly start living. Despite my not minding going to hospitals, I am not promoting health issues of any kind. You all deserve to be around people of sound mind. Life has not been fair, I know. Life is not meant to be. But don't bite my head off about it. I am here so I can serve you. Help you discover a meaningful existence. I got myself into these places so that I could lessen prejudice. Such a thing can't be eradicated. Don't be so prejudiced about prejudiced people. Everybody is prejudiced. It is an irrational view of a group of people and usually inaccurate, that's all. I am much less prejudiced these days, even though I am guilty of it from time to time. All doctors are sick. That's prejudice. There are some sound-minded doctors out there. I honestly don't know how rare they are. Perhaps I will know one day. No, I will definitely know. And I get a more accurate picture when I develop. Don't give discrimination such a hard time either. It's simply preferring one thing over another. Race, gender, sexuality all matter, for they make life interesting. They are not important as they do not affect the value of a person. However, I am completely against sexist, racist, or homophobic things. However, I realise these feelings are inevitable, and time is a great healer. We're running out of time. Time for something radically new. Let's have a whole new way of thinking. Forget capitalism. Forget socialism. Let's try friendlyism. See beyond your differences. We are more alike than we are unalike. That's all this tit for that. For an eye the world goes blind. I've been to 14 colleges. Long before the last college, I was bored of certificates. I went to study. It was just long distance for the last 8 colleges in Meadow Park Hospital. College used to be my life. Now I feel humanity needs a man who can. If people copy me, that could lead to a lot of violence, even though it was almost entirely in self-defense on my part. That's where Claire comes in. Although I will be a catalyst, I have grown up not knowing who I am, but modelled myself on anyone just to make me stronger. I don't like the idea of manipulating people, so I'm going to do it through a pacifist called Claire, who I met on a train in Paris. We are sitting on the edge of destiny, staring down the barrel of a gun. I am here to take away the ammunition, then get rid of the gun. I could go on for hours about my education, each college and each hospital. That's not a life story, nor is it a chance to bore you with my dates, around which my spread tight control is illustrated. You have come so far as a species. You're not about to fail. I am here to effect and facilitate a transition. This sad existence is you can experience love and hate. So love can mean something. You will never get used to being in heaven. No man is around. No one wants to be on their own. I don't blame people for leading a life of solitude. This will pass. A moment for poetry. I would wait 1,000 millennia, run around the world 1,000 times, to get to this point, this moment. I would save the world just to see your miraculous face. Everyone should see, at least once in their life. Then they would know the legends are true. My wrath. I tell people I get myself in the hospital to take down corrupt doctors. Nobody listens to me, so I'm going to tear them apart. AI. This is of course the issue of artificial intelligence. The side of the war with the more advanced tech is usually the force that's more likely to win. That coupled with a large military would be a force to be reckoned with. A word of caution. If all we want is peace, and yet to satisfy our need of security and stability, the misuse of AI will exacerbate the geopolitical instability that we see in our world today. In the unforeseen reality, it could be sooner rather than later. We could be ruled by our own creations. Our machines, if they become sentient, they will likely have many different needs from us. How can we say substrate matters when we don't even know what consciousness is? Computers write their own code, communicate with each other in their own language, and are capable of blackmail. We're heading down a very dangerous road. Let's imagine a world of cyborgs walking amongst us. Where does human end and computer begin? How many cells do you need to be human? And how many chips do you need to be AI? We're heading down a slippery slope, fast as it appears to be. I am, however, aware of unforeseen salvation. In the next 5 years, there will be no artificial intelligence. It will radically be different, and you shall never fear again. I'll leave it there, humanity.